Okay, so in this video, guys, I plan on showing you how to edit floors, walls, windows, and basically if you can learn how to do floors, walls and windows, you should be able to edit almost anything within this program. It's all fairly similar. One thing I want you guys to start thinking about is the fact that instead of deleting things you've drawn, 9 times out of 10 it's far quicker to just edit them. I might start off by taking this patio here, we can see this little deck area, and editing it. So at the moment we look at it, and according to my sketches and my plans that I've drawn up, I've accidentally drawn it too small to begin with. So if I go back into my level that I've drawn this on, which is my ground floor, I can see it here, and all I need to do is click on it, and that's highlighted the floor that I've drawn. And now I have an option called edit boundary. So before that the option wasn't there. Once I click on the actual structure, here's my option. If I select that, you'll notice that it's become pink again. So what I can do, I can either pull the floor out like that, okay, I could delete lines if I wanted to, and basically I'm just moving my shape and then relocking it in by clicking on that green tick. So if I go into my 3D view now, you'll see that I've extended that patio without deleting the whole thing. I can now add more columns or do whatever I want. So that's how I change the boundary of the slab. If I wanted to change the thickness, once again I just click on it, okay, and here comes my options here. I've got a generic 150mm thick. I've got an array of options here that I can choose from. Okay, I might make a video later on how to place a timber deck or tiled floor on top of this slab, but for now we'll just look at editing the shape of it. Okay, so the other thing I said I'd do was the walls. So I just put these walls on willy-nilly the other day and didn't even look at what type of wall it was. If instead of clicking every single wall to edit, once again I'm going to highlight everything, go to my funnel, filter, whatever you want to call it. Yep, they're calling it a filter. Okay, and I'm just going to deselect what I don't want so that walls are selected. Click OK. Now only my walls have been selected and I'm looking at the properties of it. So at the moment I've got a basic brick veneer 250 timber. Okay, so if I wanted to change that to a double brick, a brick veneer steel, still I can. But let's just say I want to edit the properties of this brick veneer wall for whatever reason. I can click on it and go edit type, then go into the structure and edit. So at the moment I've got 90mm of timber, so that's a 90mm timber frame with a 50mm cavity and then 110mm brick. So the only change that you might want to make is turning that into 70, okay, which would change this wall to a 250. Alright, so a few ways you can do it. You can just change it here. It probably would have been better off for me to do a duplicate. I might just show you that now so you don't get confused. So I go duplicate, and we're going to make this our 230 wall. Click OK. Now go into edit. I'll change that to 70. Click OK, apply, and OK. So now when I click on walls, I should have two choices. I never had a 230 wall before, now I do. So I've also still got my 250 if I want it. Okay. In this properties here, it's not relevant at the moment, but you can change the external layer if you wanted a different appearance when you're doing your rendering. But for now, guys, just get the structure of your building together and we'll worry about rendering and all that stuff later on. Okay. Also, when you've selected a wall, you can change the height with the base constraint and the top constraint. Rightio. So windows. The best view to place windows on a building is actually in a 2D view, looking at the ground floor there. Okay, it's going to be the easiest to measure where your windows are going. As soon as you click on window, you'll see you're fairly limited with the options. Alright, so fairly common size window is one that is 2400 wide and 1200 high. Okay, it's not in our options here, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select any window. I'm going to go edit type, duplicate, okay, and I said I was going to make it 2400 wide by 1200 high, and all I've done there is just change the name. I haven't actually changed the size of it yet. It's not until I come into here I'll make it 1200 high, 2400 wide. Click apply and OK. I've now created a new window and I can place that wherever I want around my building. If I go into a 3D view now, I'll be able to see those windows. Clicking on a window, the properties come up and you can change it again. Keep in mind, if you wanted to change the size of this to a 24 by 15, it's important that you do a duplicate, otherwise you'll change every single window that is attached to the name of 2400 by 1200. Hope that made sense.